Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So as you know, we've got the Mavic here. I've had the Mavic for a while now and I've got some great videos out of it. Did a few review videos on it. And today's going to be all about talking about some accessories that you can get for your Mavic, and specifically from Freewell. So what we're going to be doing in this little video is just kind of taking these things out. There's a case and there's a couple more peripherals in here. There's some filter lenses and also some propeller guards, and we're going to see how all this stuff mounts up on the Mavic. So first off is the Mavic hard carrying case, which is actually going to be like an alternative to I have the Flymore combo bag. You can see how this bag can fit a couple batteries in the sides. You can fit the Mavic and the controller in here, and I really like this. But you know, it is a little soft. Maybe for traveling purposes you want to put it in a case like this. This case is really small and compact, and also has the ability, you can put a lock on both sides here, you know, if you're gonna ship it or whatever. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Again, this is from Freewell. Let's see how this thing is. So opening the top of this, nice looking case here. We can see that it has all these compartments pre-cut in a hard foam. This is like a hard fabric kind of foam deal, so very high quality here. Looks like they've sent me some standoffs, some height extenders for the Mavic, so we'll be putting those on, seeing how it stands up there. And then here are some filters. So as we can see here, we've got a bunch of filters in this box. We've got a CPL ND8, ND16 32, ND8 polarized, and an ND16 polarized. So that's pretty neat. They really give you a lot of stuff, a lot of filters in here. And then this is also giving you like a little lens cleaner pen. That's neat. I haven't seen that yet. So a couple of things there. And then also they sent me these propeller guards. So let me just take these out of the bag here and take a little bit of a closer look at these. We will be putting these on right now as well, so we can kind of see how it all looks. First thing I want to do is just try to put the Mavic in the box. So let me go ahead and take all this stuff out of the Flymore bag that I got with this kit. So I've got 2 batteries in the bag and the controller and some other odds and end cables. So the Mavic here already has 1 battery in it. Let's see how this thing fits in. Oh, one more thing I should mention too is if you guys are doing filming and the sun isn't perfect in the sky and you're getting a little bit of lens flare or problems from the sun, I went ahead and got this lens hood cover from Amazon. I'll go ahead and have the link to this and all this other stuff in the description, but this thing's supposed to be pretty good. You know, it doesn't alter anything with the gimbal, or you know, you can't see the lens hood in your video, but it prevents some of the sun from coming in and hitting your video. So this would probably be good in conjunction with like a filter or circular polarized lens. So I pre-ordered it right when it came out. I was looking for, you know, peripherals for the Mavic, and it does have that little slit there in the side, so you can put your silicone guard right over it, and it stays in okay. Doesn't really stick in very well, but you know, for traveling purposes, when it's already in a bag or a case like this, it's okay. But what I did notice is, look at this thing. It's really loose, and so the clip, I don't know, it just does not seem like it clips on as good as it should. The regular Globe really clips on there nice and solid, so I think these guys need to reassess if they're 3D printing or whatever they're doing, it's just not, the tolerances just aren't quite good enough to me, because it doesn't really snap in very satisfying snap, and it kind of moves around a lot. It seems like it could fall off if you're hitting some turbulence or something. So anyway, just wanted to touch base on that little sunshade you can buy on Amazon for the Mavic. Not the best, but it does work. Okay, and back to what we were doing. We're putting the Mavic in the case. So I just have all the propellers tucked in, and look at that. It just fits perfectly down in there with no problem. There's no pushing in or trying to get it to fit. It's just like perfectly cut to the size of the Mavic. No problems whatsoever getting that in there. And then let's see what other stuff we can fit in here. So batteries, so you have extra batteries. Look at that. So they just slip right down in there, nice and easy. I think I have them the right way. Yeah, so you want to have these up. I don't think you want to have these down. It looks like they're molded to kind of go in this way. I guess it doesn't really matter which way you put them in though. So I just have the basic Mavic controller here, nothing extra on it, and it just slides in perfectly like that. So look at that. So we've got everything in the box, everything's nice and tidy in there, and then you have room for you know, cables. And this is the sunshade I got from DJI. Let me try to see if I could fit this somewhere. I'm not really sure. Looks like you could probably just set it right over this, and it actually would close up, because you see how the batteries are sticking up a bit? Yeah, so that thing's gonna close perfectly. So the foam on the top here, up there, the foam on the top actually gives a little, and it just kind of locks everything in tight. So you can see when I close it, you can see how it's just up a little bit, but then when you really push it down, it perfectly locks everything in tight. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the Mavic out here. Let's see how easy it is to take out. Yeah, got a little couple of finger slots, and you can just pull the Mavic right out. Let's go ahead and close this thing up and just use it as a table and go ahead and mount up some of this other gear here. Let's go ahead and put these propeller guards on. So these are from Freewell as well, and it looks like, you know, if you're a beginner and you don't want to damage your arms or your craft or your blades or anybody else, you have the option to put these on. It looks like they just kind of clip on. And so let's see what this is all about. Okay, so of course, first thing we want to do is make sure we open up the arms here. Front comes out, back comes down and out. The prop guards are actually, they've got these little tilts, and that's going to correspond to these guys. You see how the angle on the arm is tilted forward? It's got that slant. So we're just unclipping these. So for this step, I'm going to go ahead and just take off their propeller. It looks like it'll be easier to put these on if we just go ahead and twist lock and take off their propellers. Then we get the other piece, the top portion that kind of clamps on, and very simple. It looks like it's just going right over the top here. You can see how these two little holes in the bottom end, those are going to link into the holes here on the top of it. So you see those little prongs here on here, those are going to go ahead and sit straight down in these little holes. So let's see how this works. Just like that. Everything's in, and then we just squeeze them together and we're clipping shut. And that's it. So that thing's on, and then we'll go ahead and put our propeller back on just like that. So this is the way the propeller is going to spin, and we can see that, you know, they're protected all the way up to here. Now this is adding a little bit of weight, especially if you have 4 of them on. You're going to be adding some weight and also some drag. So don't expect to get the ultimate flight time with these on. You are going to be lessening your flight time a bit, and also you're going to have more wind resistance and stuff, so it's not going to fly quite as well with these on. But if you're into being safe, if you're a beginner flyer, this may be a good option for you to have these on. Then of course, taking them off, you're just undoing these clips and then going ahead and pulling this thing up. Let's see if we could possibly take this off with the propellers on. Let's see if we can do this here. Yeah, looks like you can. You can actually just slip it like this over the propellers if you didn't want to take them off. But the Mavic propellers are so easy to take off, you might as well just take them off. It's just a slide lock, twist and lock type of deal there. Cool guys, so those are the prop guards. I just put one on to show you an example. Of course, the other ones on the back, they're not going to have that slanting. You see how these ones are just flat on the top because the back arms are not slanted on top. So you just use the non-slanted ones on the back, and then these slanted ones go on the front. Okay, so next up is the Freewell leg extensions, and let's see how these things go on. We've got this guy, and then these two, and a sticker, and then just some padding. Looks like those are some feet padding you can stick on if you want to. Anyway, let's go ahead and try to slide these things on. It looks like it's going to be super duper simple. Flipping this guy over, you see that L? So that would be the left. So let's see. So does that mean left if we're facing, if we've got the head out from us? Is that what that means? I think so. Let's go ahead and put it on this way. Yeah, so we're just pushing it in. And I actually felt a little bit of a click on this guy. And it let us know that we're all the way down in. Let's go ahead and try this one. This one says R. So that's it. It's just kind of push on tension with a little bit of a tension snap at the end, it feels like. And so those are the two on the front. Now let's do this guy on the back and see how this goes on. Okay, so it's just got these two little notches in the inside. Let's see if it goes on this way or the other way. There's only two ways you could put this on. Looks like it sits like that. So the bottom bracket here, the back bracket, holds the two together. It looks like it's going to go out towards the light. Let's try to put it on the other way and see if we can possibly put it on. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're shaped a certain way. But let's just try it out. Yeah, we actually wouldn't want to do that because look at that. It's actually buggering up the ground sensors, the sonic sensor. So we definitely want to make sure we're putting it on this way with this thing towards the back. So that gave a really satisfying click, and that thing's not going to come off when you're flying. So you can see how much higher the Mavic is now standing off of the case here. That gave us another couple of inches of height. And that's the thing with the Mavic, is if you're landing in any kind of grass, even like park grass that's well maintained is, you know, just like an inch or two high. And if you don't have something like this on, your blades are going to be hitting the grass, or if you're kind of in a dirt or rocky area, you might have them hitting the rocks. So that's a great little, you know, extension mod there for very cheap. Anyway, that's the Freewell leg mods. Let's see how easy it is to just take these off. So just with a little bit of pressure, I'm just easily pulling these off. It doesn't look like they're, you know, loose enough to fall off in flight. And then this thing, you're just pushing, opening it up and unsnapping it from the bottom. So you see how fast and easy that was. It looks like you're getting four of these sticky pads in the box. So I'm just going to open these up and mount them up on the bottom of the feet really quick. These will actually give you a little bit more height as well. So just sticking them there on the bottom. Doesn't look like it really matters which goes where. There's one. They're just kind of roughly cut. Not like perfectly exact shape, but they should work okay. And there's two. So you see how that gave us even a little bit more height with those pads. And then the ones on the back stand, they're just these little tiny rectangular guys here. And those are just going to go right on here like this. Right on the very edge. Push them down so they lock on nice and tight. There we go. There's the other one. And so with this one, check it out. You can see that we do have, you know, a little bit more height with these as well. Very simple. That's all the parts there. Very easy to carry as well. So another little question you might have on the feet extensions are, can I fold this thing up with the feet extensions on? And you can. So let's just go ahead and fold this thing up really quick while we have these on here. So of course, top's in first, or the back's in first, folding in. You can see how they don't hit this in any way. And then the sides come in, front arms, and there we go. So it is slightly touching, this back one, but not bad at all. But for some reason, if you did want to have that, leave them on, you didn't want to take them off, the Mavic can compactly fold up how it's supposed to. One more question might be, can I put it in the case with the feet on? It looks like you can. I don't know why you'd really want to, but you can do it. Turn the Mavic upside down. The feet are kind of sticking up. Let's see if we can close the case. Not really quite. I wouldn't recommend it. It feels like it's putting too much pressure. If you really push down on it, you probably could, but you would not want to go and break your Mavic. So I'd recommend definitely taking these off. And I mean, they're so easy to take off. Why not just take them off? Pull, pull, open and pull, and there you go. Okay, next couple of items to note. Now this is the Freewell lens kit, the lens filter kit, and this is the Polar Pro lens filter kit. I got these before I was sent these from Freewell, and I didn't know that these ones, you have to remove these. You can't have these on when you're powering the Mavic up, because when the gimbal does its rotation, the gimbal will catch on the body of the craft, or the gimbal. The lens will catch on the gimbal, and it can't do its calibration on boot up. But the Freewells, they told me that these are so slim that you don't have to take them off and put them back on after you boot up. So we're gonna go ahead and mount one of these up real quick and see how it works. Okay, so we'll go ahead and unbox the Freewell version first of the filters, see what these things look like. Then we'll do the Polar Pro and we'll do a little comparison on how they look. So I give you this cool, wow, this is great. So look at this, a case for all the lenses and the lens cleaning pen deal here. And you've got another little sticker. And there's all the lenses. So let me see if I can find just the regular. I'll probably be using just the regular circular polarized lens the most for Hawaii, for getting through the water. So let's just go ahead and try to put this one on. But look at that. Awesome. Got your filters there, and the filter bag can probably also fit in here somewhere. You could probably just lay it down, like that might be a good spot for it. Lay it right on the controller. And then you can close your case. It does close all the way, so you can fit a lot of, this is pretty forgiving up top, so you can fit a lot of stuff in here as long as it's flat. So anyway, let's just go ahead and put this filter on here and power up the Mavic and see if it can do its gimbal calibration without hitting anything. So of course I do have this sunshade on here, so I'm going to go ahead and take off the sunshade real quick so we have access to the camera. Okay, so there's the Mavic camera, and let's go ahead and put this thing on. So it should just be a push on. That's all we should be having to do here. So I'm just sliding it over, and I'm gonna go ahead and hold the back of the camera here and give it a slight little push. And that's it. Well, that thing's on there. So it's on with some tension, and you know, I'm pulling it. It's not gonna pull off unless I kind of hold this bracket and give it a good wiggle and tug, and it pulls right off. So no tools or anything you need. That's awesome. So let me go ahead and put this on. Let's go ahead and take this safety bracket out, open up the arms, and go ahead and boot up this Mavic. Okay, so just kind of readjusting the camera so you guys can see the gimbal while it boots up. Let's go ahead and power the Mavic on. See how this gimbal does. Okay, well, it looks like maybe there is a problem with this one. I thought these were supposed to be so narrow that they're not going to be hitting anything on the boot up, but apparently this one is. Okay, so attempt 2 at the Freewell lens on the Mavic without taking it off on boot up. Let's see if it'll work this time. I pushed it on a little bit tighter. Nope. Still hitting the edge and stopping there. So let me make sure there's not a problem with my gimbal, and let's try to do it without the lens cover. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to look on boot up without the lens cover on. Let's go ahead and see if it clears everything. There we go. See how it kind of completed its gimbal self-check and calibration? And that's how it's supposed to be. See how it's facing completely forward. But unfortunately, when I do put the lens on, it hangs up. You know what though, I'm all into giving things chances, so I'm going to try a different one, a different Freewell filter. This one here is the ND16 polarized. For some reason, maybe the other one was just thicker, I'm not sure. Let's just go ahead and mount this thing up and just go ahead and see if possibly this one will clear on boot up. Don't want to push incredibly too hard, but do want to make sure it's seated, of course. This one I'm going to kind of twist while I push it on, just to make sure it's all the way on there. Okay, power up with the ND16 filter. See if it clears it. Nope. Okay, so that's enough testing for me. So it looks like the Freewell ones won't clear. For some reason, I thought they had told me that these ones clear on boot up, so you don't have to keep removing and putting them on, but doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, even though those ones don't clear on boot up, let's just go ahead and see what else they gave us in the box. So this is that like pen lens cleaner. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what it is. So it's like a pen. Let's see what this is. Oh, cool. So there's the brush. So your lens gets dirty. Let's go ahead and take this lens back off here. So this will be a good little demonstration of how to take the lens off if without damaging your camera. So preferably, I would probably put in this brace in the back before you do this. I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to hold the camera really tight and then just pull it off like that. So you can see how you just want to brace it right here and pull that off. Anyway, getting back to the lens cleaning brush they give you in the box. So cool little cleaner there if you're in a pinch and you need to clean your lens. Anyway, let's go ahead and move to the Polar Pro filters and see what these things are all about in comparison. Let's go ahead and slide this out. A little instruction manual here. A couple of stickers. Cleaning cloth. And the filters in a nice cool hard case. So these ones are just a standard circular polarized, an ND8 and an N16 filter in this case here. Let me go ahead and open this up and see how these things look. There we go, just pushing in and there are our filters. So nice looking filters here. These ones in comparison to the other ones are going to be a little thicker. Okay, so here's a Freewell version on the right. And then this is the Polar Pro on the left. So either way you go, Polar Pro or the Freewell, you're gonna have to put them on after you boot up. You can see this way too. You see how the Freewell are shorter as well. So that's why I was assuming it would clear on boot up. I could have sworn they told me that it did over the email. I had email correspondence with Freewell. I'll have to email them again and see if I'm doing something wrong. But gosh, I'm just pushing them on as hard as I can until they're seated all the way down. So anyway, that's the difference. And of course with the Polar Pros, they give you this hard case and they do give you this lens cleaning cloth. And the next question is, how do I store this lens cleaning cloth? It looks like you can just put it right in with the filters there and kind of protects them, and you can have everything in this case. Okay, anyway guys, moving on to the last item, which is going to be range extenders for the Mavic controller here. So these are basically, this is the black version. These are mini parabolic dishes that just mount up right on top of the controller antennas. So here it is. It comes in this little baggie here. Pretty neat. Little baggie, nicely done. And here are the dishes. So it's essentially just kind of a clamshell deal where you open it up and there you go. You have your two parabolic dishes. And these are actually, it's got a little coating here. Let me go ahead and take off this coating. You're supposed to take off this coating here. It's just a protective coating. The smoother and shinier the surface is, the better reflection you're going to get for your signal and the better range. So before you use these, you're definitely going to want to be taking off this plastic coating. So there we go. Easy peasy, taking off those two. You can see how shiny those things are. But anyway, here's how you mount these up. So go ahead and have your controller ready to go. Unfortunately, these don't seem like they're going to be mounting up with the existing sunshade. So you see how the sunshade has these sleeves here. The antennas go all the way up into. It's actually going to go this way. And the sunshade just goes right over the antennas like that. Unless there was some mod you did to the back of this, there's really no way you're going to fit these this parabolic dish on there as well. But anyway, here we go. So this is how you mount this thing up. So you get the controller antennas up like this. You can see that there's only these notches on one side of the lip. So since you're going to be flying with the craft in front of you, usually in the controller, you're going to go ahead and slide these on so they're facing out from the controller. Let's see how easy these are to slide on. Does feel a little bit tight, but that's okay, as long as it's not too tight. And we're just sliding them all the way down, and there you have it. So look at that. So what this will do is it'll kind of narrow the field of transmission. It'll bring it out like at I think it's a 60-degree angle. So you want it, when you put these on, you want to make sure that you're flying your craft in front of these. It's going to lessen your range from the very side, and if you're flying your craft around the back of you. So you want to make sure that this is going to be pointed out at the craft like that. I did a range test on the Mavic without any kind of range extender dishes like this. And if you're in the country, there's no interference and you have a pure line of sight, the battery was the limitation for me. I didn't really need these. Of course, it can't hurt if you've got maybe some interference or you have some line of sight obstructions. This will probably help you. But if you are in the wilderness and there's no obstructions, you don't really need to use these. I will say that this left side here, this one, seems very tight. See how tight that was, and then this one is a little looser. Anyway, that's the parabolic dish range extender. You can see how it's just really nicely done here. It just folds up nice into a clamshell, and then you can go ahead and either use the case or don't use the case. And it has a nice velvet slip top case here to keep it stored away. So as the last part of this video, let's just see how much stuff we can pack into this Freewell case after we kind of close everything down. So the feet extensions probably, yeah, it looks like this will fit right here. And then we can just drop the two little feet down in there. And those fit in there nice and tidy. And then the parabolic range extender, this thing looks like, yeah, it'll probably just go in right here. Feels a little bit tight, but it does pop in there nice and tight, perfect. Looks like the pen here, if you didn't want to bring this pen along, you could put it right down in there if you wanted to. The Polar Pro case won't fit in here in this little notch, so it looks like the two lens cases are going to have to go somewhere on top. So I'll probably put this over here, and then maybe this one just right here. And then the sunshade, if you do decide you want to bring the sunshade along too, probably fit the sunshade just right in here like that. Last thing I totally forgot to include in this review, guys, is this landing pad I got for the Mavic. Now the Mavic uses those down facing cameras, so you know you want to have some kind of contrast to your landing zone when you are launching. So if you're launching like in grass, it's not going to very effectively use its return to home and accurate landing characteristics. So I went ahead and got this landing pad. This is from Amazon, I believe, and all it is kind of like one of those tension loaded circular landing pads. And here's the way you do this. So you basically just, it's in this little bag. You can see this nice carrying case. I don't know if you saw those. It does come with 4 stakes, like tent stakes if you wanted to, if maybe it was a little bit windy or you just wanted to go ahead and secure this to the ground. But it's just like a spring-loaded deal. So you open it up, whoa, like so, and there you go. So it's a giant landing pad. It does come with these kind of stickers here. These are like these reflective stickers that I went ahead and just put them on in here. They don't stay on very well, but good enough. So one side of it has the H here. It has some, like a compass where it has north, south, east, and west on the edges. You flip this thing over, and voila, you have a whole different color. You have white with an orange background, and then the other side was black with, or orange with a black background. So either way, this is beginning to be very useful for me when I am doing some flights. I went ahead and tested it a couple times in my yard, and even if you're in like grass, you put this down on the grass and it just kind of pushes all the grass down and gives you a nice flat landing surface or launching surface, even for booting up, because the gimbal, like on drones, it has to calibrate when you first turn it on. And if there's any grass or anything touching that gimbal, it could throw the gimbal off. So this is great because it gives you a nice flat surface. It seems like it's a soft surface, which it is, but it's pretty good tension where all the crafts I've put on this, none of the material is getting into the gimbal and interfering with it. So a good investment having this helipad with you. And the way you go ahead and put it away is you just do one of these, kind of like a twist deal, and you get it all down in its most compact form, and then go ahead and throw it in its bag that it comes with. You see how the bag is pretty easy to kind of put in there, and then all you're doing is zipping it up and take this along with you whenever you go out and fly. I'd really recommend one of these. It's been really handy, and I'll be using this in the reviews to come. So unfortunately, obviously, you're not going to be able to fit the prop guards. That's just too much bulk to fit in this case with all this stuff. Once you get a little better and are confident in your flying skills, you don't need to bring these prop guards along. So let's see if this thing shuts with all these peripherals in there. So I'm just going to shut down, and it gets a little tight there, but look at that top cover has that foam, so it does shut down in nice and tight. We don't have to worry about it tweaking anything because I'm not really pushing very hard. There it is. You've got a really durable, shock-proof. I think this is also waterproof, isn't it? Yeah, this is actually a waterproof case. I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but look at this. So it's got like a rubber seal inside the top. And so if you snap this thing shut, all the way shut, this is going to keep everything airtight. Maybe throw some of those silica gel packets in here to soak up some moisture, and you've got a waterproof case that fits, you know, most, if not all, of the Mavic stuff you're going to be bringing with you. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that review. I do a lot of reviews like this, so check out my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, I will have all this stuff that I'm checking out here down in the description. So if you decide to go ahead and check out the pricing, see more in-depth specs on all this stuff, I'll go ahead and throw the links up below the video down there so you can check it out. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.